Hey guys, Tess here from www.itsyourtherapy.com. Great to have you back. And we are here discussing the major depressive disorder. So, have you ever felt down or feeling that, things just can't feel right in yourself? Maybe you feel irritable a lot or worn out or worn down, maybe even burnt out. Maybe your depression has lasted for a couple days, a week, 2 weeks, a month, maybe even longer. Maybe it's a result of bereavement, having lost many things over the last few months or last year, or maybe it started a long time ago. Anyways, this video is just to clarify what exactly is depression, what are its symptoms, and how is it diagnosed in the DSM. So what I have here is my lovely DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders, the most updated version, which is the DSM-5. So major depression typically lasts for longer than 2 weeks or around 2 weeks. In order to clarify and be diagnosed as major depressive disorder, it needs to be at least 2 weeks, okay? And these are the symptoms following or within the 2 weeks that you'll notice. So the first and second it has to be one or the other. So one, obviously, presenting with a depressed mood. So are you feeling that your mood has just been feeling down, or are you losing an interest or pleasure in the things that you used to enjoy? Like if you used to always do stuff on the weekends that you liked doing, whatever activities, so bike riding or going to the beach or hanging out with friends, and all of a sudden you find yourself not wanting to do those things anymore, that could be a sign that you are experiencing some depressive symptoms. The third thing is significant weight loss, and that is within 5% of your weight. So if you are 130 pounds and you lose or gain 6.5 pounds, that is another contributing symptom, okay? The fourth thing is insomnia or hypersomnia. So insomnia being not being able to get a full night's rest, not feeling rested after your sleep because you haven't gone into the circadian rhythm where you get a nice long or reasonable REM sleep periods or enough of those. You wake up a lot, you have trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up. Or hypersomnia where you get a full night's rest and you still feel tired, and so throughout the day you want to take naps and just overall you're feeling fatigued. A lot of people describe this as just like a heavy weight in their muscles. If their muscles feel very heavy, maybe they're dragging their feet along, but they overall just feel very heavy and just that weight on them. Okay, and that's nearly every day. So this is not just something that happens once in a while when we don't get, one good night's rest in a week, but it's every single day or almost every day. So the fifth thing is psychomotor agitation or retardation, which basically is a fancy term for saying that you are like fidgety or like restless with, maybe you have restless legs, or you're fidgeting with your hands, or you can't sit still, or you're moving your body around a lot. That would be the agitation. Your muscles are agitated, your nervous system is agitated, which is agitating those muscles and making you feel uncomfortable kind of in your own skin, so you're moving around and fidgeting often. The retardation or psychomotor retardation is the reverse of that. So just feeling like very reserved, slow, lethargic. People describe that as like they're moving through mud, just like everything feels like it's slowed down, including not just your internal reality, but your external reality. Everything just feels like slower, sluggish, muddy. Maybe they feel like they're looking through a haze. Is often described as that as well. Like a gray cloud is over them, things like that. And again, this is nearly every day, and it's observable by others, not just, you feeling shaky, but it's noticed. Other people around you notice these behaviors or lack thereof. The sixth thing is fatigue or loss of energy nearly every day. So kind of that same psychomotor retardation, and fatigue feeling, being depressed, in itself, that weight on yourself, kind of combined into one. So just an overall loss of energy. Where you used to have energy before, that's a good question to ask yourself. Like, where did I used to have energy? And now I just don't seem to have the energy for these things. I just feel kind of downtrodden, and I don't have the motivation to do these things. So a lot of lack of motivation. Okay, and the seventh thing is feelings of worthlessness or excessive or inappropriate guilt. So feelings of worthlessness meaning, feeling really like you're not worthy, like you're not worthwhile, that maybe you're helpless or hopeless. And the negative core belief there is I'm not worthy, or I'm not worthwhile, or I'm not worth it, I'm inadequate, I'm not good enough, and or excessive or inappropriate guilt. So feeling guilty about things that you don't need to feel guilty about. Are you somebody that's a people pleaser, that's always saying I'm sorry for no reason, really taking on other people's responsibility, when if you take a step back from the situation, you realize you didn't have fault in that? You just might have felt guilty from things of the past that now trigger you, and you're just somebody that just always feels guilty for things that you don't have to feel guilty for. Another sign that you have inappropriate guilt is that you're constantly awfulizing. Like something maybe goes wrong or bad in your life, and instead of just saying that it's that moment, you take it to the extreme. So it's like, okay, I was late for work today, so now I'm going to be fired. Like all the thoughts in between you and getting fired, or maybe even I'm going to die, are all the is the proof in itself that the awfulizing is happening, and this contributes, and it's a cycle to the inappropriate guilt. And then you feel guilty, and then you look for reasons to feel guilty, and that continues. And the eighth thing is diminished ability to think or concentrate, or indecisiveness. So basically that's pretty self-explanatory. I think here a key note is indecisiveness. If you're having a lot of trouble just like deciding on little things, like what should I eat for dinner, and you start to feel a lot of distress like with these little things, and all the little things kind of build on top of each other, feelings of overwhelm might come up, and all of this can contribute to feelings of depressed mood, irritability, not wanting to enjoy things like you used to. The ninth thing, only my fingers there, is reoccurrent thoughts of death, not just fear of dying, but really having kind of suicidal ideations, maybe even plans or attempts. So thinking that, I really don't want to live anymore. I really just wish I wouldn't wake up in the morning. The world would be better off without me. My family would be better off without me. The world doesn't need me. I'm worthless. There's no point to life. Maybe you're planning how you're going to leave this earth or end your life. So if that is the case for you, then I really want to encourage you to call the suicide hotline, which is 1-800-273-8255. And there's some other resources that I'll link in the description below, so be sure to check those out. It's www.afsp.org, suicidepreventionlifeline.org, suicidology.org, and NAMI, NAMI.org are all really great resources for you to vent, to tell somebody that you can tell in confidence, that can help you in that time. If you are willing to reach out for help, I really encourage you to do that. All right, so that is it for now. If you have any questions or concerns, or you would like to private message me, go ahead and do that at my email, which is itsyourtherapy@gmail.com. And if you would go ahead and comment below for things that might benefit you, if you feel depressed, or if you just want to show that you are feeling depressed, please get that out here and now. That's what this whole YouTube channel is about, so that we can get mental health out there, we can advocate for ourselves, we can have an outlet and not be alone in these struggles. All right, great to have you here today. Hope to hear from you soon. Until the next one.